Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Oh, what a morning it's been. In case you've missed it, it's Expresso's 11th birthday today. Yay! We are definitely celebrating. We are vibing with every one of you. But birthdays can bring on mixed emotions about growing older. Indeed, even though people generally enjoy a longer life expectancy nowadays, the aging process can be a painful fact to come to terms with. And today we're asking, how do you feel about growing older? Well, clinical psychologist Asha Dullabh is here today to help us discuss exactly this. A very good morning to you. How are you doing?
Good morning. Happy birthday.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful message that you sent in as well. An opportunity to celebrate, but I think you reach a certain age where your birthdays don't necessarily garner that much excitement and fun like our show. An 11th birthday is great. A 40th something birthday, maybe not so well received. Why do we have this resistance? Is it a resistance to change? What are we so scared of growing older? Because generally, actually, good things come with that maturation, if you will. What are we so scared of?
So, Graham, I think that we associate aging with the myths of aging, like aging is fatal, aging is irreversible, aging is it's scary. It's, as you say, it's also that
my heart
I need to
faster,
adapt to change, and my body's changing. But it really, you know, we need to just take a step back and embrace the age, because aging is not equated to death, or we don't die through aging. We die because of disease or dis-ease. And we die, and diseases has a diagnosis. Health does not have a diagnosis. So we need to approach life where we're adding life to our years and years to our life. And that brings us both the quality and quantity of our journey as human beings.
And we are living longer. That's the bottom line, is thanks to medicine, especially now as we map out the kind of human genome and how we can use that in science and medicine, we are going to live longer.
I remember being 18 and being excited for turning 21, then getting to 21 and being excited being 25, and being 25 being excited about 30. But what is it? Why is it?
Are you really excited about 30?
I am. There's something about 30. 30s are the new 20s. They say 30s are your 20s, but just with more money. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Someone once told me, when you make more money in your 40s than you do in the entire rest of your life. So I was like, okay.
So now I'm excited for 40 as well.
Yeah.
But what is the importance of just embracing each new age, whether it's 18, 21, 25, even 30?
I think it's very important, but we do get stuck in those kind of mindsets where, you know, the conditioned mind says, okay, life begins at 40, or we look for those milestones, and that's where we actually miss and cherish the moments of every single birthday, whether we're turning 18 or 21 or 80. We need to cherish it because we have a purpose, and every age brings is part of one's narrative.
Yeah.
It's memories. We associate memories from our birthday parties. Kids love birthday parties. As we grow older, we are gaining greater self-esteem, greater self-confidence, and of course, birthdays are a time that we reflect on our lives.
As you said that, just about every joint in my leg clicked as I try to move.
Does it hurt?
The body's changed, this is the thing. But it's so good you said that. My mom's 60th, some of the best memories we collectively as a family and a social unit, our friends, have had. Just such a beautiful milestone. How do we embrace this, though? Because we've got to manage our expectations, because your bodies will change. We learn that we don't heal quite as fast. We maybe need more sleep, or maybe we learn that we can survive on a little less sleep, but there are other things that we need. How do we approach and deal with the change for the new season?
All right, so I think we need to accept our aging every single day, right? So, but we need to take action into our mental and physical well-being. You know, really embrace our bodies in a sense of using exercise.
Yeah.
You mentioned sleep. You know, sleep is anti-aging. If we can just get into deep, restful sleep, that will help us. And of course, our mindset. We cannot separate the mind from the body. Our mindset will determine how we age. Aging is very related to our relationship with life. When we are struggling with life, whether it's stress or pressures or raising kids or our work, we are aging. And that is the one thing that we need to just always remember. Let's try and minimize the stress and the struggles and the pressures in our life. We will age far better and
So
graceful.
what you're saying is the whole world aged about 15 years this last 18 months. Yeah.
But what about those who fear it? Because it's easy for us to say, embrace it, it's a new season of your life. But there's people that fear is getting old, because it's that fear of knowing that as you're getting older, your parents are getting older, all those around you are getting
mortality
older.
does come into it.
What about
Yes.
those people?
you see, those people are also, it's again, aging is all about passing of time, and we link that to time. We are chased for time. We want to get things done. Some people are wanting to grow faster than where they are at. 18-year-olds want to be 21-year-olds. But I think that we just need to pause and capture the moments and the memories and the narrative, because every wrinkle, every grey hair, every sore muscle comes with a story to it, a narrative that will go on for years, that when we share, if you were a famous cricket player or something, there's a story to it. Now you can't play it because the lack of vibrance is there. So when we think about aging, we think the lack of energy,
the
lack
of a loss,
of vibrance. And that's what can take us away from the joy of actually embracing aging. We stop aging when we stop growing. So we need to grow holistically as human beings, constantly working on ourselves, questioning ourselves, asking ourselves, where are we, what have we learned, what are we still wanting to learn? Those are important questions. That's why it's
live in the moment, people. Live in the moment. It's so vital. And I watched the most amazing TED Talk that also drew a correlation between exercise and maintaining the health of your mind. So it's not just your body, but you want to keep your mind active. But they established that some of the fittest people in the world in their 60s. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Halfway there.
Welcome back. It's a Monday. We are celebrating our 11th birthday, yes, but we're also coming to terms with our age. 11, great milestone for a breakfast TV show. There are some ages, though, that we grapple, we really struggle with as we get older. And we're asking you guys this morning how you feel about getting older. We're back with our good friend, clinical psychologist Asha Dullabh, to unpack this topic. I'm going to jump right in because this is something that I've been grappling with more. I suppose when you have kids, your whole perception of time changes quite dramatically. And maybe this year has had us thinking a lot more about mortality. Why is it so difficult for us to grapple with someone, never mind our own, but the thought of a parent or a grandparent passing away? Obviously, this is going to hit us hard, but why is grappling with mortality one of the great conundrums of being a human, I suppose?
I think we fear that experience, that emotion of loss, of that grief, because of course, death comes with pain, with suffering, with an emotion that scares one. How am I going to deal with it? And it's that huge sense of loss. And with loss comes the loss of the physical body of that human being. But the main thing is to always remember and celebrate the human being in all of the memories of the moments that they've treasured and the moments that they've shared together. And we need to embrace and celebrate people holistically for who they are in our lives. And of course, we fear that because we all know it's coming, but it's the one thing. We don't know when it's going to happen. So that uncertainty, we don't sit well with uncertainty generally as human beings. We want to know with certainty this is what's going to happen. So we start questioning our lives, questioning, where we are at. It's, when we're thinking about aging, we're constantly in a mode of reflection. How am I doing? We compare ourselves to others. We all have the set of milestones. By the age of 40, I need to have children, or I need to have achieved a certain degree or position in my career. And when that doesn't happen, we can become despondent. And we sort of reverse back into a space where we lack our self-esteem, our self-confidence. So it's a lot of reflection that happens through aging. And it links into so many psychology theories. Erik Erikson's developmental stages. We have identity crisis at different points in our lives because we reflect back and say, where should we have been at this point? And perhaps, like you said earlier on, remain in the present and treasure every single moment of our existence.
Because a moment really can, our perception of space and time can change in the moment. It's only when we look back or we look forward that suddenly time has this relevance.
I love that you said that, embrace the moment. I was sitting just last week with my family and I was watching my mom and her sister and just saying they're getting older, there's going to be things that they're going to leave behind, and I hope that we carry on, the memories, but how do we embrace it? How do we embrace that, yes, they're getting older, but making the most of the moments that we get to spend with them while they still are around?
I would say have patience and tolerance for the old age,
Yeah.
accepting the old age, because a lot of people, we are so chased for time and we're busy and we're not giving enough time, cherish time for the people that are aging, because of course they slow down, they take longer to do things.
I'm planning on
They want
becoming
tea all
completely
the time.
eccentric.
Yeah.
I want to become
Yes.
like really eccentric. I think that's my family vibe. I want to be that guy. So I
Yes.
apologize in advance to my children and my grandchildren. I'm going to be that granddad.
But there's wisdom in that old
Yes.
age. Tap into that wisdom, tap into that connection, that conversation, that dialogue with that.
Does it help ultimately to deal with the loss if we've come to terms with this aging process? In fact, why is it so important for us to come to terms? Because we know it is inevitable. So how do we do that? How do we prepare ourselves?
We prepare ourselves by daily acceptance of our journey of life. And I like to encourage people to have a daily bucket list. What is it today that I would really like to do? Whether it's picking up the phone and calling someone that you miss or thinking about. Because so many of us have these lifetime bucket lists that we want to get to, and most of us don't.
They always stay a step away, yeah.
But a lot of research, looking at old age, when they speak to people that have aged and they ask, what is the one thing that you would have liked to have changed? And it's really around relationships, resolving conflicts in relationships. Because when there's conflict in our relationships, we age because it's a struggle.
That's proper stress,
so let's really work on our relationships with ourselves and with others to be peaceful and in harmony.
I'm just trying to absorb all of that right now.
Trying to take it all in the moment.
It really is. It's an opportunity to celebrate and enjoy and appreciate each other. And I'm so glad you said that. It's ultimately the thing that matters most in this world is the relationships that we have with our family members, with those that are older than us, with those that are younger than us. But again, I'm going to stress the most important thing is to appreciate those moments. Stop thinking about the future, think about the now and enjoy that. We're going to continue our discussion with Asha in just a moment. Are you scared of getting older? Why? Let us know on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page.
Welcome back. You're just in time. Yes, it's our birthday. It's our birthday. We're celebrating 11 years, but of course it's Monday, so we're talking all things relationships. And today we're asking, how do you feel about growing older? Does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt.
But we're back with clinical psychologist Asha Dullabh to unpack this topic. And I think I just say this now. I used to be so excited up until like 15 years old. My mom used to have a birthday for me every single year. There was a table. Everyone knew that it was my birthday.
Thing, yeah.
Yes.
Now, as I'm getting older, it's almost like I get anxious when it comes to my birthday. Who do I celebrate it with? Do I celebrate it with my childhood friends or the friends that I made, in my adult
Everybody.
life?
Yes.
Or
just
nobody
becomes
during lockdown.
or nobody, just wanting to do something by myself. Is it okay? Why do you find that we shy away of celebrating our birthday as we get older?
I think we shy away very much because of the anxiety that we feel, because I think we are such givers naturally as human beings, but the biggest lesson is for us to actually learn the ability to receive love. We all want love and attention, and on our birthdays we get that, but it does make people anxious.
You're self-conscious, yeah.
Exactly, and it's about that expectations we have of ourselves. And at 15, we're comparing, we are very much in focus on how do we look at 15. I think we should go right back to being childlike, like we were when we were kids celebrating our birthdays. We just enjoyed it, the pure innocence of blowing out candles and that spirit of that.
Friends,
Exactly. I think we overthink it. We just need to be spontaneous, that childlike energy of spontaneity, innocence, and youthfulness, that vibrance of a child. The child will put their finger into the cake before the candles are even blown out. And that's the spirit that we should embrace and enjoy it.
Maybe an opportunity to take stock. Yes. Why? Because we so often don't take that time to evaluate ourselves, do a little bit of an audit, see where we are, what we want to keep, what we want to let go of. And a birthday kind of gives you that watershed moment. Why is it so important for us to take a moment to celebrate ourselves?
We have to celebrate ourselves because it's the moment to actually honor who we are and what our journey has been. It's about honoring yourself. It's about saying, I'm actually showing up for myself. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, hello, I'm here, this is who I am, and really just cherishing and every aspect of one's life. I mean, look at the beautiful spirit that we have here in the studio. It's wonderful, that energy that we spoke about. It's vibrant, it's energizing, it brings us so much joy. And the smiles on our faces, there's nothing like it.
Authentic joy, yeah.
Why should we go about celebrating every milestone in our life like we celebrate a birthday, whether it be opening a business or having a baby shower, just celebrating that? How important is it for us to embrace the way that we're growing older in that way as well?
Because it all forms part of our narrative and our story, whether we are celebrating an opening of a business or a child or our own birthdays, but it all starts with us as a human being. It's our birthday, our start of our individual purpose and path in life. And that is why it's so important to cherish that. We are pure energy, and that's what we are celebrating, the energy and the joy of the celebratory spirit.
And the spirit is flowing.
Can I ask you, on the day of your birthday, is it good to kind of have like a look back or a look forward? Do you think about, you know, where I've come from? Or do you think about, okay, this is the day that I'm going to look forward to. What next? What's my next step in this journey of life?
I think we should do both. I think it's a process of journaling where we can go back and say, what is it that I learned in the past year? And what is it that I would like to learn going forward? What would I like to, achieve, or what would I like to grow? You know, any aspect of your life that you want to nurture. So it's best to go back and forth. And I think naturally human beings do that. We are constantly in a mode of introspection, and birthdays is like a New Year's Eve celebration where we kind of reflecting and taking a step and pausing, and it's a beautiful pause.
Where am I going to be next year? Yeah.
And it links to expectations, but be careful not to be hard on oneself, because where there's expectations that are quite extreme, it can bring about disappointment. So again, it's embracing that present moment, accepting our aging process gracefully, honoring ourselves, cherishing who we are, and celebrating every aspect of us as a human being.
You know how I know I'm getting older? Because I want an air fryer for my birthday.
Really, everyone wants an air fryer for their birthday. You're not alone. The key, stay immature. That's how I've done it, and then you'll stay young forever. Absolute sage advice. Thank you so much. Embrace it. There's nothing you can do about it. You are going to get older, but take the time, excuse the pun, to live in the moment and connect with the people you care about. That's what we are doing right there, because right now, it's our 11th birthday!
It's our birthday.